Hey, did I hear you're doing the Open? I'm signing up for the Open because it's my yearly chance to display my dominance to all my friends and enemies at the CrossFit affiliate and on the leaderboard. I'm in for the Open because I don't have any friends outside of CrossFit, so I know all my friends will be at the gym doing the same workouts with me. I'm in for the Open because I love competition, and this is my yearly benchmark to see my progress. Never mind. Don't do it. Don't do it. Forget everything I just said. This sucks.
Welcome to the Spin, and we are screwed because Spin's not going to be here. No, Spin is away. He works every now and again, I think, on stuff other than the barbell spin, and so that's where he is. And he left John and I to handle the ship.
And we thought about canceling. We did, but last year we were 51 out of 52 weeks. And that eats at us a little bit. So even if the show is terrible, we're going 52 for 52.
Hey, sometimes you just get base hits, just base hits. Grant, if you're good, we might send you a link.
Are we able to pull up the topics?
No, because we didn't prep those ahead.
Oh, I thought Spin said they're all set.
No, he just said that he was going to make the background graphic.
Oh, okay.
But it's okay. We got plenty of topics to talk about. I'll start off with, well, John, how was your week this week? Anything exciting happened at the gym?
My weekend was good. We did the fittest experience, me and some of my ladies that I train.
How'd the ladies do before we talk about your performance?
So they all jumped up a level. So I had one girl make rookie last year, and then she made intermediate this year. She was the last one, and she was rocking on like fifth to last, fourth to last place in the actual competition. Again, back filled in this is, as long as she's doing her best, like we're all good, right? And then the snatch is the last event. Okay.
Sure.
The most she snatched is 130. The most she snatched in the last 6 months is 125. And then she ends up snatching 135 PRs, and it's crazy. And it's hard to get her to calm down technically. Once the weights gets heavy, she wants to get a run at it, and it's so that hinders her when it comes to maxing out. And I have no idea where this power came from, because she was power snatching 125. But anyway, PR'd. It's a great day. Snatches her highest event placement, but last place snatched 140 or 145, and she ended up last place by 1 point, which is crazy because she did great. It's just
right.
The other girls are just better.
Did she handle it well? Was she no? It's
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. No, I mean, she was bummed out, but again, the jump from rookie to intermediate is it's a big jump. When instead of 70 people, there's 50 people, right? Same thing with RX. Instead of 50 people, there's 30 people, right? It's just the other girls are just better. The fact that she even made intermediate is a huge jump in her fitness. And then I had 4 other girls who made the rookie division, and for the most part, they all did exactly what they should do. The big thing for them with the fittest experience, because this is the biggest competition they're going to do. Like it just is. For them to just execute what their capabilities is all that we can ask for. And for the most part, everybody did that. I did have one girl. So we'll bleed into my performance real quick. So I was the last place or second to last place the entire time until the snatch. But when I tell you, it was like the Hatfield in the CrossFit games. Like everything that could go wrong went wrong. Like it was wild. And
Was it? Well, we'll get into that.
now I was much fitter when I did the qualifier.
Yeah.
Because it was in October. And I still thought that we were going to have quarterfinals and all this stuff. And then they said the 1% thing. And then the grid league opportunity came. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to try to get as strong as I can, right?
Sure.
And man, I knew I wasn't as fit, but I didn't know it left me that quick. Like it was really bad. It wasn't that everybody was so good. I'm just not as fit as I was. And
well,
and then so we had a double workout where there was a sandbag workout, sandbag cleans, sandbag squats, and then bar muscle ups. And into a bike workout, 3 rounds, 30 cals, 15, 12, 9 burpees in between. I'm pretty good on a bike. My game plan was slow and steady in the sandbag, and then you need to hammer the bike workout like hard, like because
Sure.
that you can get good points in that workout. The judge that I had in the sandbag workout, he made every clean. I had to like wait for him to count, right? So it was 1 to 7. So you do 2 sandbag cleans, 2 squats, 2 bar muscle ups, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4. And I'd put my hand out and just wait for him. And then you go 1. And then I went 2. And like it was so like
it's too obnoxious. You were like, come
really
on.
bad. It was really bad. There was one I went like, and then went right into it. He said, no rep. Then I had to get it back to wait for him. And he wanted me to wait for him to say the number. And it's fine. Like sometimes you get judges like that. So it's okay. Like you should be fit enough that you can overcome it. But I just knew what that workout was going to be the second that started happening. And then there was one, like on sandbag squats, I'm bouncing off the floor. Like it's not like a heavy squat where you're trying to hit parallel perfectly. Like I'm bouncing. Okay. It's hamstrings, calves. And no rep me on depth one time. And I'm like, this is just going to be really bad. Like, and so but still just slow and methodical. It's just, I know I'm not going to get the score that I wanted in that workout.
Sure.
Then you get to the bike workout. I held about 71, 72 for the first 30 cals. The game plan was 70. At 25 cals, my judge said, go, go, go. And I looked at him. I'm like, you sure? And then he was like, go, go, go. And so I was like, oh, I'm going to get to cheat a little bit here. And then I ran to the worm. So I get off my bike. And then as I'm going to the worm to do the burpees over, he calls me back and tells me I have to do 5 more cals and that he made a mistake. And when I tell you these 5 cals,
you tried to go with the cheat
for some reason, like blew my legs up so bad. Like it was, why, you know how like as soon as you get off, like lactic acid kind of fills your legs, but you got the burpees to clear it out a little bit. And then it just hit me so hard. And then it was really hard to get it back. Second round, I was a bit of a punk. Third round, when I kicked it, I didn't have the kick that I had in practice. And I mean, it was
it's bad.
No, I wasn't going to go. I said, are you sure? We're supposed to follow the judge's commands. And I said, I was trying to say, I'm pretty sure it's 30. But
you gave him an opportunity to correct.
Yes,
you're like,
he said,
you're going to double down. I'm going to cheat.
Go, right? And hey, Cara Saunders went through the line at 72 squats. You know what I mean? And and I was the first one off the bike, even with that error, if you will. But like that cost me maybe 10 seconds on top of the extra blow up that you get with your legs.
Trying to restart the bike, yeah.
And then man, it just didn't go good after that. And then
We haven't seen Black John Young in a minute.
yeah, we haven't. I started cheating a bit, and Black John Young shows up. Huh? Look at that.
Welcome back.
Anyway, so like I would have scored much higher on those events. Like even I usually do better in the competition than I do in practice. If I just did what I did in practice, I would have won the heat, which instead I was like like kind of bottom of the heat. And I think I would have been like 15th and 19th place. I forgot which one it was, but 15th and 19th place for that event. So I would have been like 40 points higher. So I wasn't going to be second to last or first or last place going into the
What'd you get last
snatch.
year overall?
31st, I think. Yeah, 31st.
You were like what, 35th
But
this year?
There were 38th there, but there were 30 extra people
Last year.
Yeah, so every 40th place, that's like middle of the pack.
Right.
And no, again, I was lucky to make the RX qualifier this year just because they shortened it a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
But it just hit me double. Like it was a combination of me being less fit, and I feel like I got shafted on those two workouts. And then the rest of it's just like it's no excuses, but that's just what happened.
Really, you could look at it kind of in the positive and be like, I've actually pulled back and I still made RX and I still like was around the same place that I was last year. And so, yeah, I wouldn't be too upset about that. Also, like with basically a whole nother group in the RX division, some of the people at the top who would have had worse workouts probably didn't get punished nearly as much as they would have. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, with more people
with a bigger field. Yeah.
But this is everybody's dealing with the same things. I have no like it is what it is. I'm not as fit as I was in October. I understand that, but it was
I think it's cool.
It was a combination of things, though, is what I'm trying to say. So this is one of my grid league teammates right here, and he thrustered 325. It's pretty impressive, huh?
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, he did that, and I was like, whew. Then somebody's asked me, can you do more than that? And I was like, I don't know. That's a lot. I was like, maybe, but I don't know. I can't say for sure.
Right. That's cool. Well, to take a break from that, wanted to do.
We're done with that.
Well, we'll come back to TFX because I'm still not done talking about it, but I do want to do like all of the service shit that I'm trying to act to spin tonight. Register for the Open. I know we had an ad at the beginning. We're getting closer to be on track with Open sign up. So guilt all your friends. I've noticed at the gym, we've had a huge increase of like younger, like teen or college members. And so like it's the first time it's been like that at our gym in 3 years. So I was stoked to see that. So make sure you tell everybody to sign up for the Open. Also buy yourself some frog grips. You use code SPIN, all caps SPIN. Somebody was asking me that last week and I was like, I think it's SPIN 15. She was like, didn't work. And I was like, okay, try SPIN 10. And then I had to message SPIN and be like, what the hell is the code?
What is it?
So get yourself some of those before the Open starts. Buy the cheater grips. I don't care if you get no rep for them.
No, buy the cheater grips. Just do it.
The elite grips.
Toes to bar, chest to bar, they help out a ton. Bar muscle ups, not so much.
Yeah, I don't love them. Yeah,
and you just stick. Man, do you stick though? Toes to bar, chest to bar.
Unless you have like a really vertical bar muscle up, and then you'll be okay.
Unless you're a strict bar muscle,
right? Yeah,
yeah. I guess it helps with strict bar muscles.
I wanted to do a little viewer comments, like Spin likes to do. I did a little homework. Not too many this week, so go and comment so I can read your beef in the comments. Great chat with Lucy. This is from Peter or Pete F64. Great chat with Lucy regarding CrossFit Games /WFP season. I think we're going to need to see a shift in athlete approach. Pivot your training, or how did Dallin put it? Adjust your training.
Adjust your training.
The best athletes will be those who can maintain fitness over the whole season, even year round, rather than just blowing it all out for one single event. Who is fittest? Question mark. The athlete who competes once in person and wins the CrossFit Games, or the athlete who can win multiple back-to-back competitions? Are they the same people? I think it's the same.
You think it's the same? Can you?
So it's like their premise is that like you just happen to win on the week of the CrossFit Games, when it's like you've done a whole season of back-to-back, so to speak, events. You've done the Open, you've done in affiliate semifinals, you've done in-person semifinals, and then you'll do the games. Like that's a ton to test who the fittest is on earth. And they're saying like, okay, if you compare that to WFP where they do 3 events and then the champ is crowned at the end, I think it's essentially going to be the same. I don't think you're going to see people who get first, second, or third in WFP who are going to be a surprise or all that different than you would assume at the games.
Yes, I agree. But I think he's saying if that person is different, which one are you rocking with as the fittest person of the earth? Maybe.
Right. Maybe.
I will always default to the games.
Always.
No matter what.
They are not going to be able to test the same thing that they test at the games. Juana makes the point, Grand Slam here. I don't know if she's talking about this, but we will get to see an actual, what's it called when a horse wins 3 races? A Triple Crown. And that one.
What are you calling a Triple Crown?
Well, if you win all 3 WFP events.
Okay. If you win the WFP Triple Crown. I guess it's more of a Grand Slam because you got to win the final.
Hell yeah. Let's just call it the Grand Slam.
Well, you got to win the final. You can't win 3 of those things and not win the final. Like, yeah.
I think that one I would actually be excited to see in the finals if somebody can pull off all of them.
Okay, so if the person who let's just say for example, Jeff wins all 3 and the final. James Sprague wins the CrossFit Games again. Who's fitter?
James.
I agree. It's always going to be the games is the Super Bowl of fitness. The person who wins the Super Bowl is the fittest person.
It depends on the events that they're going to do, but they're not going to do like a Pendleton run. Like they're not going to do any of that stuff.
No, it's going to be in gym stuff. No, so we should explain this about the WFP. So Barkley says the final is double points, so it's equivalent to 4 comps. And I've had this talk with Dallin as well. The final, the way they have it is the final is worth twice as much as any one competition. So it would be extremely hard to be like, you remember when Justin said that you could not win the final or win the whole thing without winning the final.
Right.
Because it's a series. That's very unlikely to happen because the final is worth so much.
Right. And that sucks. Like if you hit a Grand Slam and you don't close on the final,
you don't deserve to win.
That's like
I don't care. It's all tune up.
It's all tune up.
Yeah. Listen, dude, do you know how freaking dominant the Chiefs have been? And I know like the regular season, they're just fooling around and they win on last second things all the freaking time. But like, let's just look at the playoffs. How they were winning the game against the Bills the entire time. And the Bills were supposed to be the best team in the NFL. Were they not?
Let's not pretend that they didn't get a shaft on the call.
Whatever. Okay. I don't care. I'm not one of those people. If the Eagles win the Super Bowl, does anything the Chiefs have done matter?
No.
None of it. Nothing.
Now next season they will.
Listen,
But
the Vikings, I'm a diehard Vikings fan. I love the Vikings. I was on the Sam Darnold train. I was cheering for Sam Darnold.
the
Okay.
Chiefs are not a good team. I love
Yeah.
that she just
Yeah, you're
firmly-
right. You know what, Standy? You're right. You know what? They might be the best team ever. Like. So for you to say that, no team has ever three-peated. But I'm trying to talk about my Vikings. Okay, they were they were 14-3. 14-3. That's a phenomenal team. That's a Super Bowl record of a team. And then you lose in the first round of the playoffs. You've done nothing. Sam Darnold probably lost $50 million on that one game because that's the only thing that matters.
What color is the logo this year?
Red and green, exactly what they said.
I'm in the camp. I know that Angelo was talking about this week. I'm in the camp that it's rigged.
If it was rigged, I don't think they would rig it for the Chiefs.
I think they would.
Why not rig it for the Cowboys or the Giants or like some major market team or the Rams?
Taylor Swift, bro. They need all that freaking marketing money.
They won before Taylor Swift got in the picture.
And weird. All of a sudden she walks into the picture.
It's okay. We're all about football people. Okay. I like to believe in honest America. Okay. I want to be entertained. If y'all just want to ruin it and say I can't watch it because it's rigged, that's on you guys. You know
There
what?
you go, Bill.
I don't care. Bill, go wrestle somebody, Bill. Okay. I'm going to have fun. Okay.
Right.
I do have a $22,000 bet in the Super Bowl. It's really fun. I'm excited about it.
Yeah. Oh, damn it, John. You make me nervous even talking about it. Comment number 2 from Jason Zerba, 8,000. Does anyone think Jeff gives two shits about being on the mountain? Everyone knows he's the fittest for now. I think Jeff cares. He cares enough to listen to John say that he's scared of Austin.
He shouldn't care. He shouldn't care at all. I'm an idiot on a microphone who will never touch the fitness that Jeff Adler will ever touch. But I care, and I'm going to talk really loud about it. And so if I have any kind of influence on any type of people, he should care about that. Does that make sense?
I just had a great idea. You remember Miranda? She would have been old Royd back then when she did that rap video at the games.
Mm-hmm.
You need to do a rap video titled "The Idiot with the Microphone." John can rap, you guys. John sent some lyrics a couple times just on the spot.
It's got to be organic though. Like I'm really good when it just kind of comes to me, right? Like I don't know if I'm be as good as like trying to figure it out. You know,
you got it, dude. We'll just get you hyped and send you right into it. You'll kill it. I think the amount of people who have like referenced, guys in the media when they rank you a certain way, it's like you're the guy who ranks people. Like,
yeah. And I'm gonna keep doing it. like
they are watching.
But I don't think they should care. I don't think if you're that athlete, let's put you in those shoes. I don't think you should care. But it's fun when you're on top.
Well, Jason,
Jason cares.
Jason
cares a lot.
Not saying your name as possible, but he was like, when I see negative he said this, I think in Peter's documentary, talking about, when I see negative comments, like that fuels me more than the positive comments. And it is fun. I was listening for that because it was like I was saying Jason was going to be fittest man on earth. And he was like, yeah, I don't really care about those. I just care about the negative comments. And I was like, so John.
They are the one that eats you, though. I don't think I've been that negative about Hopper. But like if like on our shows, when we have comments, I appreciate all the comments whenever they're like nice. I appreciate the nice comments because it's not like we get paid a whole bunch of money to do this. But yeah, but the ones that are mean, you definitely read them more than once. Like it's, you know what I mean?
I've learned to laugh at all of them, but I remember in the early days, especially like when I was way worse on the show, I struggled with the negatives, and those did push me to like try to be better on the show. But I think I only look at the good and bad now, but I laugh at all the bad ones.
Yeah,
Because now the bad ones are like, oh, you don't know nearly what you think you should know. And like, so they're commenting, and I'm like, you're missing a lot.
yeah. Well, I mean, like, listen, whenever the comments are like this guy's an idiot, or this guy doesn't know anything, or anything like that, I'm like, I really feel like, well, somebody beat me then, because there's still the best predictions out there. I've yet to have somebody just beat me every time. You know what I mean?
Right.
The only time I've been beat convincingly was Will freaking Brandstetter in Wadapalooza one year.
That was crazy.
And for some reason, I don't do great at Wadapalooza. That's like the worst prediction, like my competition predictions. I bet you every single year it's Wadapalooza. Because for some reason, I'm just way off on that one compared to the rest of them. Does that make sense? And if if you can't beat me, then you can't call me an idiot.
Let's see. Does your mom, does she ever tell you like so-and-so commented this and I freaking hate it?
She was upset with the Mitchell Hooper situation. They probably get to her more than me. I don't really ever, they don't ever really get to me. The grid one, I was almost angered because of how ridiculous it was. You know what I mean?
Right.
The strong women one,
kind of seen that coming.
Yeah. I kind of asked for that one, right? Like, I'm surprised how wildfire it got, but I could understand where that's coming from. The grid one, I have no idea. I was just angered that was even happening.
Moving on from comments. Thanks. Comment, like, subscribe, do all the stuff. I was thinking about Adler today because Peter also talked about this on the show, but put out a video of Adler talking about like he's playing it by ear and he's going to see how the season goes. I'm interested.
What does that mean?
I mean, I know what it means. He's going to pick one or the other at some point. You know,
I don't
what
know
are
how
the
you
odds
do that though,
he
because you
goes,
sign a contract. You kind of sign. I feel like if you sign a contract, you're contracted.
Okay, say he signed a contract for $70,000, right? Got one of the higher contracts, and he just says, you know what, guys, I'm going to the house. I'm going to do the CrossFit season. Here's your $70,000 back. I mean, is there any loss there? Like I don't like, it sucks because you signed a contract and you committed yourself, but also like they're not really doing anything to keep him.
I feel like if there's not like we are capable of charging you X amount by breaching contract, like that should be built into it. And if it's not, that's dumb on them.
Yeah, agree.
Because like, think about this. Think if everybody had that mindset, and then half of the people that you signed aren't doing it. And it's not like you can get new people, because then you're in the middle of your season. What if they do one competition? They do the work, like the first one. The first one's in May, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if they do that first one and then they're like, okay, I'm going to turn on game season now. And then just like you have 9 athletes that just don't do it anymore. That looks really bad on you.
Yeah,
and
so
honestly,
have a breach
that
of
looks
contract clause.
Right. There needs to be a breach of contract clause. It's such a dick move on the athletes that do that. No, because like you can't sign something and just think, oh, I'll just won't do that.
I'll just bail.
Right. Like, I just think that's a crazy dick move. But if it happens, it looks really bad for World Fitness Project that it can even happen. And then if and it looks bad on the athlete, I hope it doesn't come to that.
Contract's all good. Thank you. Thank you
I,
for your
I,
service.
I don't. I would not like that for either party, right? I just think it doesn't look good for either of them. And I'm one of the believe it or not, I want it to succeed, and I feel like I'm one of the few people that wants it to succeed. But it that would I just don't think that's going to go well for either of those parties. If you do that, if you're Jeff and you do that, like it's like you're trying to make people not like you.
Yeah. Somebody said, you know, I was it was actually a gym member I was talking to yesterday. His wife's actually the strength and conditioning coach at the university here. And we were talking about what if Laura, like last second, goes, you know what? I'm going to do the open.
Go
do
Laura.
you think she gets more hate or more love for doing the open?
Oh, I think she'll get more love. Like I don't know if you can get more hate than you have right now. I don't think anybody likes Laura right now. That is in America. Europeans probably still like her. And for our European contingent, I know y'all are loud and proud, not as loud as the Australians, but I know you're out there. The Australians, we love us a little bit more than y'all do, though. Is it not true?
It's funny how Australia
was
was colonized by Europeans, but they seem closer.
They seem closer to us. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. I think that I can't speak for Europe, but I feel like it's hard to get more hate than you have already. I feel like the majority of people are Team Gabby, and you kind of have this facade of just F everybody. It's me against the world, me and my brother against the world, right? Like that's it. We're the only two people that matter, and I don't care what anybody else thinks. That's the facade facade might be the wrong word. What's the word I'm looking for? The vibe that y'all are they put out, yeah. Right? And that's a hard vibe to like. Like I get it, like where she comes out and she doesn't and like on the CrossFit Games field where it's like, watch what I'm about to do to y'all. Like right, like that's cool, right? But you just walk around like that. Like if you're at Walmart, I bet you cut the old lady off to get your peanut butter. You know what I mean? Like that's the vibe that you put out.
Dude,
right?
Have you ever been behind
they have Walmart in Europe?
No, I don't think so. What do you all have in Europe?
What's their grocery store? If there are any Europeans listening, what's y'all's go-to grocery store?
You've ever been behind an old lady though that's just like taking the time, and you're like, I literally need this one thing. It's gonna take me 5 seconds, and she's just
you leave your cart and then you walk around and you go get it.
That's fair.
You leave your cart and then you go, excuse me, real quick, get your thing, and then go on your way.
Anyway,
Aldi's. There's no way Aldi's is the store, guys.
That's their entire store.
Just because that sounds European, there's no way Aldi's is the go-to store, grocery store. Anyway, that's the vibe that they put out. It's a hard vibe to like. So if Laura was to do the open, when everybody expects her not to, everybody expects her not to do the games, right? And then she just has a flip of script. I think that more people would like her. I think for us, and I'm probably the crowd that watches us, it'd be more, I need to see a little bit more before I'm going to just be on the Laura train again, right? But I do think that more people would like her. She'd get more love than hate. How would she get hate? You know what I mean?
I think people would say what you said about Jeff, where it's like, well, you were like, yeah, fuck it, I'm not gonna do.
Yeah, but okay, if that's the case, go ahead.
Well, like you're not gonna be a part of the season, and in the last minute, you pull up and you're like, yeah, never mind.
So the second she does that and she goes, yeah, never mind, to either the World Fitness Project or the CrossFit Games, then she's the worst person ever.
Yeah.
And if you're not the worst person ever, then you're your word is trash. Like what
And
good is your word? Because
that's one of the things that I respect about Laura was that she pulled out of the games and then has said that she's not going to compete in the CrossFit season. And it's like, I kind of like, if she holds to that, I kind of respect that because like she walked out before everybody else.
Yeah, no, I respect Laura. I respect Laura a lot more than Danny Spiegel, right? But I don't mean I have to like her. Right? I respected Rich Froning and I hated on him for like 5 years. I think Rich is great now. I'm team Mayhem. Leave us
John's
alone.
a flip flopper. He would totally cut his contract with WFP.
No shot, dude. I am the most honest man in CrossFit. Okay,
I won't take that from you.
to the point that it's gotten me canceled almost twice.
I guess in the comments it's Lytle. I have seen Lytle, or however you say it. I think you say this Lytle.
Little
Lytle.
Lidell.
I think I've seen Lytle in one of the Irish guys I follow online. Anyway, back to TFX. What was the crowd like? Were the vibes the same as the year that you and I were there at the same time?
Yeah, for the most part, it's a whole bunch of gyms, man. It did feel a little bit smaller, especially the shopping area. What do you call that? Vendor village. I don't know if they call it vendor village, but that seemed light compared to like the last 2 years that I've been there. Which isn't great.
That's a bummer. Who was there? I know LRX was there. Did you get to meet Jenny?
Who?
Jenny?
I saw that she was there. I had no idea she was, or I would have said hi. She was right where I was standing. She was right next to like my group of girls. Because where she videoed is like exactly where they were.
Right.
Had no idea she was there. And I if she's watching this, you should have said my name. I would have said hello. We could have went and gotten dinner or something.
Right in the middle of the lift.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I was like, hey, that's that one girl. That's what I would have said. But I didn't see her there. I was a little in the mode, you know.
But so LRX, any other
RX Gymnastics, the guy who does the adjustable rings.
Smart gear.
I saw that. I wasn't.
Oh, you
all your typical stuff.
The quick connect gymnastic rings. I know what the
I think so. I saw something like that.
Right.
I'm not the biggest shopper. I don't go around like that, but I just walk through it. So I can't tell you specific stores, but all the normal people were there. Ariel Lowen and Guy and Luke Parker spoke. I think Luke always speaks at the Vitas Experience.
Rapid rings. Thank you, Augustus.
Strong Coffee was there.
And then Hannah hit a 230-pound snatch.
Yeah, Hannah Black hit 230, which is maybe the most we've seen.
Of any female? Like of all time?
I can't think of one more in a competition.
That's crazy. Wait, were you able to see it or did you just catch it after the fact?
No, I caught it after the fact. Listen, when I finished, I was done. We were going home. Yeah. Like it was done. We got there like at 7:15 or something because my girls lifted in the morning and then we had to wait a little bit for me and then we were out after that. But Caitlin Sanders won. Was in first place for the majority of the time. People who don't know Caitlin Sanders, Caitlin Saunders, not Sanders. Remember that? That was a big crash thing because I kept saying Sanders. Yeah, Caitlin Saunders. She won. I don't want to say handedly, but I remember her name being in first place the whole time. And she was third at crash.
Wait, CrossFit. Are you saying like Travis Mash lifter?
Yeah, man.
Because that would be cool.
It would be cool.
That's awesome.
All right. He
I did
said
not know.
Mia Ackerland hit 228 in 2018. That's not 230. That might have been in Dubai. Dubai, there was some crazy numbers like one year.
Yeah. Gonna pivot a little bit here.
Wishart was at Crash, yes. But
Yeah.
anyway, hold on. Caitlin gets to the podium. I think the podium.
Oh yeah, we should talk about
yeah,
that.
the podium. The podium got what's the word I'm looking for? Invites to the TFX championship that happens in April in Oklahoma City for the CrossFit Games. And the guys that are on there are Casey Strong, Jacob Marlowe, and I'm trying to remember the last person. Hold on, let me pull
CrossFit. I'm always trying to figure out who CrossFit is. And so I want to feel like he's connected to Travis Mash at this point, which limits that number of people down. I wonder if he's that. No, there's no way. Anyway,
Go ahead.
I'm interested to see how these athletes do at the TFX Invitational. I think that's what they're calling it. I've heard very little on their end of like what's going to happen, what's going on. I know that so Syndicate's not going to invite anybody. I think this is public. Anybody who's already qualified to go to the games, they're not inviting them to Syndicate.
Interesting. So they're going to have to wait a little bit then, huh?
Yeah. And so I wonder if TFX follows suit. I kind of wish that they would, because I think it makes it more exciting. And I've been trying to find who's going to be at Syndicate, what athletes are going to be allowed to go, what athletes aren't going to be allowed to go. And it really makes the field interesting. And I think shifts it to where lower level athletes actually have a better, more of a chance, even though I think it'll still be tight.
I'm sorry.
Got nothing.
Putting out fires. I'm sorry. Say that again.
I was just trying to figure out, I was just talking about, the Invitational and the TFX Invitational, and if they'll invite people who've already qualified. Do you think that they should or shouldn't?
Well, I mean, if we go through it, there's only so many people that I think would even be available for that. Because, look at the West. The West is noticeably weaker than the East.
Mm-hmm.
And it's only West people, right? Justin Medeiros and Brent Fikowski's out. And, can you name any others?
Colton, Sprague.
Colton and James. Didn't he move?
No, he's in Washington.
Are you sure he's not in Jacksonville?
Pretty sure.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like I see him. No, he's training at that big gym in Washington. And he's also going to. Is he going? He's going to the Mayhem thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, he has a chance there. That would be crazy. That's the big unknown right now, is who can really make it out of.
And Vellner was West. And then you have Quant. But after that, dude, these people probably aren't making it another way. You think Chris Ibarra is making it another way?
No.
You know, before this, that's what I'm saying. If you really boil it down to the West, and Vellner's East now. Yes, thank you. So Vellner's not even in there. So Fikowski's gone. Vellner's not in there. Sprague and Justin are really the only ones that
top guys.
The only ones that I could see not already having a ticket.
Mm-hmm.
And even them, I think it's going to be extremely hard to get a ticket at Mayhem. I think it's going to be extremely hard to get a ticket online. I don't bet on James getting a ticket online. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. TFX is probably where he's going to get it, honestly.
Well, the interesting thing about it is that we will see every different type of way that you can run this. So Mayhem is inviting people who will likely qualify through the in-affiliate semifinal. And so Hatfield. Like Hatfield has a good chance of qualifying through the NFLA semifinal, and so their backfield positions, like they're gonna, it
Colton
might
has a
be
decent
6th or
chance.
7th,
Colton has a decent chance, just depending on what the workouts are.
right?
Like if there's usually one workout can knock Colton out, but if like that specific workout doesn't come out, Colton's in gym fitness very, very good. Like
He's also gotten way better at all the things he's notoriously been not as great at, which is rowing.
right, but they
rope
throw
climb.
legless rope climbs in there. He just doesn't
Does
move
just
fast
yeah,
enough.
right.
It's just to be top 12 online. It's just not going to happen.
Sure. Pivoting on to the Open. I know that Spin told us earlier this week, and we've not had updated numbers since then, but earlier this week that the Open numbers, so there's been a lot of talk online that the Open numbers are down. And I've been pretty skeptical of what that means, Open signups being down. And now they're starting to catch back up. I guess, I'm wondering, first thing I'm wondering is, do you put any real stock into the Open numbers being down? And then like, second, are they coming back up? Like with them coming back up, do you put any stock in any of that? You took the under on the over under on registrations.
I did.
Yeah. 275, I think is what Spin said.
Right. What are we trending towards?
It would be under.
Hold on, I'm trying to. Yeah, no, I think there is stock in the numbers trending down. The numbers coming back up. I'm hopeful, but I feel like it's just going to be. I feel like they will trend up, but not enough to be like not pretty hard to take. Does that make sense?
Elaborate, I guess.
Okay, so they were what, 40% down before?
Yeah, something like that.
And what were we? How many open registrations were there? 325?
Yeah.
So 325 times 0.6. We're on track for 195, under 200,000.
There's no way that whole, and that's my thing. Like that's
right. So I'm saying the numbers will come back up, but it's going to be like 230, 240 by the end of it. That's still going to be a lot. Like that's like a lot in a bad way. That's what I'm saying.
I remember last year they opened the registration like oddly early, where you were like, "Why are you opening it this early?" And I felt like there was a big marketing push last year to get everybody to sign up early.
We got like 3 weeks, Tyler.
I think like early years, it was everybody would wait till the last day to sign up, which is the end of the first workout.
Mm-hmm.
I could see there being a big push, and there should be a big push in marketing to get people to sign up. I've noticed the difference in the gym, and that's sort of like my temperature test on the whole thing is like people seem a little bit more revved up about the Open, like the younger athletes. And I won't say like young athletes. I mean like people who haven't been going to the gym very long. They seem excited to do it, and I've not felt that in a few years. What's it feel like in your gym?
Oh, I mean, I don't think it's very great in my gym.
Really?
Yeah. I just, I told all of my people, hey, we're doing the Open. The Open's coming up. Probably going to do more like dumbbell snatches and box jump overs. Right.
Mm-hmm.
But like, there's not a big push from ownership, for it. Like I'm trying to talk our owner into,
Doing like a Friday Night Lights?
No, affiliating.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and to see the value in it, but we'll see. Like they both, like they both have like other jobs, and it's just something they have. Like their life isn't the gym.
Yeah,
and like I don't own it, right? Like it's not. So it's hard. But we'll see.
Yeah. And so like
I try to find like the fine line, like of when to say something, when not to say something, because I don't own it and I don't want to be like
Pushing it on them.
right, right. And I already like do push a lot. And it's just well, I listen, I coach the majority of the hours at the gym.
Sure.
Every morning I coach 5 hours, 4 to 5 hours. And then some afternoons too. Like it's I'm at our gym more than anybody else.
Mhm.
Right. Like I essentially am like the manager. Right. I don't have like a manager title, but I'm there more than everybody else.
Right.
But I have no control over what happens. And it's not, and I don't want to be like, I don't have any say in what happens. And I don't want to act like I do because I don't. Right. So it's a hard kind of balance. Does that make sense?
Right. I've been thinking about, I know you guys talked about the open and marketing and stuff. I'm wondering at this point, what would get people at this point? Like, we can't go back 3 months and start doing a bunch of stuff to rev people up for the open, but like, what at this point you think would drive the most signups?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Like, what are the Hail Mary passes that we have left to really kick it up?
You could hype up the open announcement. Like you can announce these people are doing the open announcement, and then like Dave start giving hints about what that is. You know what I mean? Or even, and not like a Dave hint, but even being like, hey, the
Hold on, time out. Mason.
well,
It got I kind of like, I think it might play a little.
like even if Dave was like, hey, 25.1, just so y'all know, it's gonna have toast bar in it. And that's it. That's it. There is no hint, but I'll give you a movement. I think people will get amped up about it.
Right. Ortega says or affiliate owners talking about it. And that's something I think about a lot, because it's like, John, like I hear that in the class all the time. Like, hey, the open's coming up, like sign up. We're going to do the workouts anyway. And I'm like, I wish that business pitch was a little different. Like, hey, you're going to do it anyway. And it's like, okay, then why do I sign up? You know what I mean? Like, it falls flat versus like, I think back 2013, 14, and it was just like, everybody was like already signed up, like way early and ready to go. Mm-hmm. And it's like, where did that fervor go? And how do you get it back? And I think we were all in it. I was thinking about their tagline, "We open together." And I think it rolls off tongue weird. And I think it's a weird tagline, but I do appreciate it in that, like, yeah, I've gotten away from training with other people. And so we open together actually meant something to me, because it was like, yeah, that's the best part of it, is doing it with other folks.
Doing it with people. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I wish the affiliates would see that and be like, yeah, we need to start pushing. Like, we're all going to do this together. And like, it's going to be really fun. You're going to get really uncomfortable and you're going to feel good about it at the end. Like, you can't just say, oh, you'll be able to compare your fitness for the next 10 years. People can't think like 3 days in advance. They don't give a shit about 10 years down the road. But it's like, hey, we're going to have a really fucking wicked time.
Yeah. Hey, we're all going to hurt, and we're going to watch each other hurt, and then we're going to hurt together.
Yeah. And then we're going to eat some tacos after.
Yeah. That sounds like a great idea.
There's always tacos when we did the Friday Night Lights. I was like, man. And it was like, the taco stuff was always in the building. And so you'd be like on the last round of like some 20 round fucking thing where you feel like shit and you're like breathing taco air. And you're like, I literally would rather breathe anything else but taco air right now.
You're eating tacos before you do the workout?
No. They're in there. They're steeping.
Oh, okay. Oh, gotcha. The essence
of tacos.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I'm skeptical of open registration being low. I think it might actually pick up in the next couple of weeks, and we might could see something close to last year. I don't know that we're going to hit a PR over last year.
Dude, no, we're not going to be close.
No chance.
No.
I'm still taking the I'm still taking the over, but I think it's going to be pretty close to the
I
over.
applaud you. I mean, it'd be great if it did. I just think I think it's just going to take a little bit for the fire to catch back. I do think it'll catch back, but it's going to take a little bit for the fire to catch back.
I would like to see
the fact that though it's hard for me to like only 1% move on. And it's hard for like me to like, we're still doing it, right? For sure. But it's hard for me to see why it matters to me. You know what I mean? Like I'm not moving on. You know what I'm saying?
This year, so I posted that card. I really enjoy making those cards every year. It gives me something to like get excited about.
Mm-hmm.
But so on my card, it says season 11. This is actually my 12th season. I didn't sign up for the Open my first year. Do you know what my reason was?
What was your reason?
I'll never forget telling Jen Smith, CrossFit Games athlete, this to her face, and her absolutely laughing right to my face about this. I said, because next year when I go to the games, no one will know who I am. I said, I want to come out of the blue.
That's such a BA line and such an understated or an under executed come through for you. But dude, that sounds like it should be in a movie.
I was like 19 or 20, and this girl who's already gone to the games is laughing. Literally, I've never been so embarrassed in my entire life. Like her laughing at me, and I was like, "No, I'm going." Like I was going to the games, and never happened. But yeah, I would be interested to see. You remember those hype videos of when they would do the affiliate announcement videos, and they would hype you like for 3 weeks. Hey, we're going to Texas. We're going to do the Open in this location. Okay. That would hype the shit out of me.
No, okay. This came out on Around the Whiteboard today. This idea from none of us. It was from a commenter. You pick 5 affiliates and you just follow those affiliates throughout the entire Open. Like before the Open, during the Open, and then like, a couple days after the Open, random, and like of all levels, right? You got one like high level, one where like there's one guy who can make semifinals, and then like, or girl, whatever, and then like 2 that like are just a bunch of soccer moms who are just trying to be their fittest self, right? And then 1 that's really, really bad and probably going to go out of business. And then you just follow them like a documentary style, and like with the Open announcement, you video their reactions, and it's just kind of like a series of it's like the Open for these 5 different affiliates, and like people would like, and like it'd be the owners of the gym, and like you can get behind like characters. You know what I mean?
Right. I don't know why someone hasn't thought of this yet, because it's such like, yeah, you really would get it. Rich and them did a documentary on one of the guys who was like overweight and stuff at their gym that like kind of turned his life around. And it would be similar to that. Like you could do these deep dives on who this person is, how CrossFit changed their life, and then them knee deep in the suck in the middle of, 25.2 or whatever. And yeah, it would be and you could do more than one of those people per gym. Like you could do 5 people. And you could you could
do the whole gym. You just do the owner. Like the owner is the main like the person.
Oh, you think the owner?
Like, well, I'm saying the owner is like who you like. The camera guy would like sleep at the owner's house, right? And like, cause, like he's like the main guy you're talking to, but then you get everybody in their gym, like what they're doing and how they interpret, right?
Hybrid High Rocks athlete. They needed to start following people 3 weeks ago. I don't think so. I think you could follow them like up to the week leading into the Open, because it's like the Open still doesn't even feel real to me yet.
Or dude, like, I mean, this is back when the Open mattered, and I don't know how you make athletes care. I feel a little like it's the athlete's fault because they don't care about it at all. Like, but when they followed Matt and Rich around, right before 15.5.
Yeah.
And this was the first time Rich has gotten beat ever in a competition for however long he was doing it. Like it was like 3 straight years if he's never lost the Open, regionals, or the games. Right?
Is this when Matt still lived up in Vermont and they were texting back and forth trying to get scores off each other?
Yes. And there's a video of him and Alex Anderson, and Alex Anderson does the first 27 cals or however much it is in like 40 seconds. Like Alex Anderson goes so fast and blows up so hard, but they just follow those two around, and they know, and Rich doesn't like Matt, and they're
he
just
did back then.
And they're just texting back and forth what their scores are, and then like those videos were awesome. They were awesome. And we don't follow anybody. Hiller does more work as far as following athletes than anybody from CrossFit HQ.
Yeah, they don't.
Am I wrong?
No. I'm wondering if it's a return on investment thing. Do you think
that was also when the workouts were a little bit harder? We didn't cater to everybody has to be able to do it.
Yeah, and you had to qualify for regionals using the Open.
Right.
Like it was insane. I still think about like that's the problem with the Open now is that it's an entry into the system, but it's like not, because if you're a top athlete in the world, like you basically just have to hit a bunt and you're on base.
Yeah.
And that sucks. And so like for people like us, it did matter because we knew they were trying their hardest and we wanted to measure against them.
Yeah.
And now it's like, that's not apparent. But I think like the way you would do that video is you would pick like 3 to 4 people in the gym, like each skill level, like, like some granny who's like, 70 years old and like she's gotten back into fitness, or, maybe like the overweight guy, and then the teenager that's really revved up about it. And then like maybe like somebody who's a little more like us, or somebody who wants
the
best guy in the gym.
Yeah.
And you see all the stories that are going on in their head and what this means to them, because that it will be a grabbing point for every person.
Yeah. Okay. I like that better. So you just pick one gym, but you follow 4 different people of various levels.
Right. Yeah. I
like that a lot.
And then you get to see like the interactions with them, and like when they hit the PR or when they do the new skill, getting that rewarding moment, and like everybody at the gym's cheering them on, and how great those moments are. It would need to be a gym that definitely does Friday Night Lights.
Yeah. No, it would need to be like a gym that embraces the Open.
Yeah, for sure. That would be such a killer thing. And then match that with like, we're going to do an announcement. Oh, that would be double cool. So if like week 1, you're following these 4 people that are just doing it at their gym. Week 2, same thing. Week 3, that gym is hosting an Open announcement, and they get to do it out in front of everybody.
Ooh, that would be
like
fun. That would be sick. Yeah, that would be sick.
But then it's like that way you could end like, this is, the closing out thing is like, this is what our community is all about. Like, this is the fun that we have, all that stuff. John, you say the workouts aren't hard. Did you not find the burpees in 24.1 hard?
Guys, just because I'm not fast at the workout doesn't mean the workout is hard. Okay. And by the way, Tyler was slower than me. Okay. I beat Tyler.
What was 24.1?
The burpees and the dumbbell.
Oh, yeah. I hated that workout.
Okay. So we're making fun of me.
I never said the workout was hard.
I'm just saying, no, but I'm saying that's not a hard work. You could do that workout every freaking day if you wanted to. It's like,
throw me under the bus.
If you go run a mile, running a mile is not a hard workout. You can make it really hard, but just as far as being able to do it, it's not a hard workout to do.
There's no skill. There's no, and then like the next day you can do a workout like and not really be effective.
Right. I mean, technically, like if you want to boil it down to it, I don't think 10 ring muscle ups is hard. That's not hard, but it is hard to do. That's what I'm saying. The majority of the population can't do it. And like when I'm saying the workouts are easy, it's because everybody can do every single workout. When the workouts in the Open used to be much harder. They started on ring muscle ups one year.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not saying every workout has to be like that. I get there needs to be a workout that's long and that everybody can do, but that's all three of them right now. Like there's one workout that's a little bit hard, right? And the other two are like just the easiest things. When it's only 3 workouts, I just think they should test skills a little bit more. They don't.
I agree totally. I think all of the workouts should have some element of skill. I don't like to Grant's point, like he beat me and he's like, how did I beat you? Like I'm in the part of my
He's
career.
in his grid league body.
I'm in my grid league body. I'm just in the part of my career where I'm not interested, and I was hitting that fence hard
last
year's Open.
Yeah, you were.
I was like ready to quit everything. But I'm in this phase where I'm just like, I'm not interested in like destroying myself like that anymore. Like I like workouts that are fun. I don't mind hurting, but it's the way that I hurt. And there's just nothing about those workouts. If it's not a fun hurt, I don't want to do it anymore. Right. So if you like threw in like 315 deadlifts, I would probably been like, yeah, let's do this all day. But like throwing around a dumbbell and just breathing really hard.
I would not be like that. But go ahead.
Just breathing really hard with a dumbbell. I was like, nah. Anyway. Did we have any other news we need to go through? Tyler, it's called getting old. I know. I feel older every morning. I did not think it was going to be terrible this morning. It was a 2K bike, C2 bike with the damper at 10. And I had never done a full workout with the damper at 10 before. Into 100 GHD sit-ups and then another 2K bike. Rest 5 minutes. 2K bike, 50 toes to bar. 2K bike, 50 toes to bar. That's all at 10. Workout. And I was like, oh, this will be like an easy like morning.
That doesn't make it easy.
It's like a 60, it's like 6 in the morning. And I'm like, yeah, this will be an easy like gymnastics breather. And then I get done and it's like, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And I'm like, why am I fucked up? Like I was just dragging ass. What? Come on. What? Tyler, come on. You're a math guy. The number's never actually that far down. I don't
know what it's referencing.
Yeah. Anyway, that's about all I got. John, you got anything else? Any other drama?
I don't think so. It's going to be a 50-pound dumbbell. You need to at least do week 1, Dad, before you back out.
Larry, you better do
give them a chance. Okay. The first workout is going to be everybody can do it, but then after that is where we'll see.
Thanks, Grant, for the $5. Can we talk about the repeat workout prediction?
20.2. That's what it's going to be.
That's what it is.
You heard it here first. Yeah.
Why are you sold on that now? Because I saw you were like,
because that's what it is.
Because it's so easy.
No, I actually think that's a harder.
It's hard, but
easy
not
workout
skill-wise.
Dude, no. It's easy skill-wise. It's got double unders in it. That's hard for not everybody can do those. But it's only 24. The reason why I like it so much for this is because it gives a good chance for people to try to do double unders, even if you only have a few.
Yeah.
And you're still doing the whole workout. Does that make sense? The work 20.2 is a 20-minute AMRAP, 4 dumbbell thrusters, 50 and 35s, which are heavy dumbbell thrusters for most people, but it's only 4. 6 toes to bar, 24 double unders. It's a low amount of reps on everything. And if you've done that workout, you feel fine till about minute 12 or 13, and then boom. And then you don't feel fine anymore. I just think it's a really good cardio workout mixed with other elements. And I don't know. I'm sold on it. I think that's what it is. It's probably not, but that's what I'm rocking with. What about you?
I don't like that workout because the amount of transitions. Like you're just turning in a circle for 20 minutes straight. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know what workout I do like is 19.1. Not as the repeat, but like I wouldn't mind if that was a repeat.
What's that one?
That's 19 wall balls, 19 cal row, 15-minute AMRAP.
Ugh.
You see, what's funny is I like that workout, even though it's all engine. And people think I'm super biased. It's not that I'm super biased. There's just some workouts I like better than others.
So what would it be? It'd be 25 now.
That's harder.
It's way harder. That you're gonna get near that 20 and you're gonna be like, oh, I'm starting to blow up. Like, especially in later rounds, it's gonna hurt really bad. Okay, so we got Brandon got back to us. Lineberry, come on, you're a math guy. The open registration was never down that much. Day one was really bad last year, which inflated the percent down. There further we get away from that outlier. Whatever. I know I'm a math guy, but I believe in the spirit of CrossFitters around the world. Yeah, I know there's going to be a burner that I don't like one that I'm going to like the proven workout. The proven workout that we did with
Devil's Press. I mean, that was similar to 24.1, quite frankly.
That was my worst proven workout by far. And I just have to like hype myself up for that one because I'm like, okay, like after this one, they're all probably going to be more fun. So yeah, there was some stuff in here about Albany. Like we've already talked about Albany. The Annie thing, I actually talked to some people at my gym about the Annie thing, which I was interested that it got that much like
traction.
I was like, of all the things, like why Annie said that got to you guys. But so Annie said on Pedro's video, or no, the Buttery Bros, that she morally couldn't do the open. Morally wasn't going to do the open. What's hilarious?
Did they question on her? They question her like what morals specifically?
No, of course not.
What morally? Like go into detail on that.
Yeah, what do you mean morals?
Yeah.
And then what I just thought was hilarious was that she said like no judgment for anybody who's going to do it. But I'm like, well, you can't say morals and then follow that up with no judgment because like morals, you probably should be judging people on, right? If those morals are that important to you, like John would be like, okay, I can't cheat on you saying I can't cheat on my wife, but not, no judgment if you do cheat on your wife. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't just flip flop on this. And then she came to
when you make it like that analogy, yeah, that's rough. That's rough. Yeah. It's okay, listen. We'll keep rolling it up. I can't kill 6 million people, but no judgment if you do.
If you do.
Mister. Yeah. No judgment here. It's a judgment-free zone.
It's like when you say morals, like it becomes a judgment zone. And then she came out and said like, oh, that it was taken out of context. And
they did cut it. Like it did. You did see her like face change.
Yeah, but also that was probably cut to protect, not to.
Ooh, I don't think so.
You think she said something good and they cut it to make it worse?
Not necessarily. I think there might have been more context with the same worse thing. I don't think it was like she said what she said.
So it would have just added the context. It would just added.
She morally can't do it, but maybe she said, and this is why. And they cut that part.
But they cut before she got to that, not after.
Yeah, but okay. If she's like, the way they handled the Lazar stuff, I morally don't want to do it. Doesn't make it any better, but it would give, like she did say why.
I think she did say that in the video.
Well, okay, that's cool. Cool.
But then the doubling down of like
You will be missed, Miss Annie.
this was taken out of context. I think it wasn't taken out of context. We just filled in the gaps.
Oh, I don't think it was taken out of context. Let me get that straight. I'm sorry if that that sounded like that. I don't think it was taken out of context. I just think there was more context.
Yeah, it's just doubling down on the context we already understand. Yeah.
Yeah, contextually speaking, there was more to be heard.
None of which would have added any benefit to any of us. Yeah, we were talking about Annie lives in my head as a hero, and she's gonna keep her. Like I'm gonna keep her that way. I'm not gonna
You're not gonna let her soil her image in your brain.
Yeah, like you're good.
Yeah, I felt a little bit bad. Like it is bad. It is like it's a bad taste when you hear that from her. But I do feel bad about how fast everybody turns on her so harshly. Not saying it's not earned, but like there's just nothing but negative comments. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm like, Annie's been here for freaking 15 years. I don't care what kind of a person she is. She could be a horrible person, but she's inspired a ton of people to do CrossFit.
Mason, if you're boycotting, usually you could have a resolution. Yeah. And that's my thing is like, she didn't offer any, like, I'm just really upset with how it was handled. It's like, okay, how should it be handled differently? What would you have done? And it's like they never say those things, and that's what always drives me up a wall about it.
When they're vague and coy about it.
Right.
Yeah, no, I get that. I get that big time.
It's like what's that? Whatever her name is, the people are dying. She's the climate change girl. It's like she just says people are dying. And people are dying. Yeah, it's like, and no, I just want to stop there. And it's like, yeah, well, we need a little more out of that.
Yeah, this I feel like what I feel about Annie is like you know
Greta
how
Thunberg.
You know how like Mike Tyson was heralded everybody loved Mike Tyson. He was the fiercest boxer we had ever seen. And then he kind of just went off the deep end, and we're like, okay, that's Mike Tyson now, right? But we can remember him for what he was at, and then we just kind of and then he kind of went another route.
What do you mean? Like, what did he go off the deep end on? Hitting that guy on the plane? No, I liked him more after he did that.
No, I mean, like going bankrupt and faking fights with Jake Paul. Like I'm saying that's not Mike Tyson that we remember.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Like I'm choosing to remember Mike Tyson as back then. I'm choosing to remember Annie as, Mount Rushmore Annie, right? And then if she is out, okay, she's out. Like it doesn't I do definitely that. But I'm going to choose to remember her as what she was and not just harp on, okay, she kind of left, right? She left. It's a wrap.
And that's what's great, about Bo Jackson.
Think about Catherine, too. I just feel like we forget people so fast for what they were.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think that's a little sad. We remember Bo Jackson like he's the best thing ever. And he really wasn't. He was the greatest. He was an amazing athlete. But go look, if you go look about his running back stats, he wasn't Adrian Peterson. It's just when he broke off a run, it looked crazy.
Yeah.
But there was a whole bunch of runs that were 2 yards.
Sure.
But you know what I'm saying? But we remember Bo Jackson he was Barry Sanders, and he wasn't Barry Sanders.
Well, that's the thing about Annie. We actually did you remember some great moments as far as her performance, but one of the things that stands out for Annie for me is when she got that muscle up, and it was that was actually not a you got one muscle up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. But what she did that was so inspirational and led so many women to trying out CrossFit for the first time. Probably 100,000 of people, millions of people have seen that clip. How awesome that was. I walked into a gym and I did it on the first try. and I didn't even know what it was.
Do you
That's
think-
the like you know what I'm saying? But I want to remember her for that stuff, not this stuff. In my opinion, like she's done, she's gone, it's over but like I want to remember the memory of her.
what I would like to know, like, I could play devil's advocate and be like, would it be more constructive for her to have said, I'm going to do the open, but I'm really disappointed in CrossFit and I want to push for change. But because I believe in CrossFit, not in HQ, right?
Yeah, no,
And
I mean,
the value that CrossFit creates,
yeah,
right? Why couldn't she have done that? And why haven't the athletes done that? I would like to know, like,
I would rather do that. I feel like James is trying to do that.
Summer, we don't care much about Annie. Spill the JRT. There is no JRT. It's been
It's all,
spilled.
it's all drinking up.
Dog drink. Been drinking.
Everything's fine.
But we appreciate the $4.99.
Sorry for wasting your money like that.
Actually, you know what? There is JRT, and if the donations, or if the donations get up to around $300, we'll probably spill that tea.
You just have $300. That's our price for
you think it should be higher?
for just explaining everything, and then just it's then yeah. I think it should be higher. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna say $3,000, and then we will tell,
Okay.
and then we'll say everything there is to say. That's the running price. That's what you're saying, Tyler?
Yeah. Okay. $1,000 is pretty good. It's been upped. Sorry, you guys should have given 300 pesos max.
We're waiting. We're waiting.
Yeah, if the unknown comes in, drops $1,000,
$300 is so. Yeah, the unknown listens to this podcast, Tyler. He's a secret billionaire.
Yeah, if he comes in and drops the cash, I'll tell you guys whatever you want to know.
Stop bothering people. That's what you should stop doing. Stop bothering people.
That would actually be nuts. Like, I might get nervous because I would honor it. Like, if the unknown came in here and dropped $3,000, I'd be like, okay, for this show and this show only, you can ask whatever you want. I would get really nervous. I would honor it. I would honor it, but I would be like, guys, it's $3,000. Like, we have to.
You're gonna have to okay that. I hate when people are saying that I started it. You need to fix that. Okay. That needs to be remedied. Because I said no lie. I've started nothing.
John started nothing. I will. That's me fixing it. John's not involved.
Thank you.
Thank
you. That's all that's all I ask. Okay. Leave me out of it.
Well, about the JRT, what happened to Hobart?
Dude, talk about Jared from Subway. I'm just kidding. Do not run with that at all.
What happened to Hobart? Okay, you got $5. All right, these are good. Keep these coming. What's up with the Alp deal? So they sent me some Alp pouches, and they're absolutely.
Can you explain what Alp is?
So Alp is just Zen. It's made by Tucker Carlson.
Okay.
And fine folks, but it's a Tucker Carlson institution, and it's garbage.
It's not as good as the real thing.
I had one, and I was like, I'm never putting one of these in my mouth ever again. It's not the worst Zen type product that I've had, but it's not great. Now they do have a cool tin, like a Zen tin. And it's I think it's made out of aluminum. That is like the best Zen tin on the planet, but the Zens they have actually suck.
Do you want to interpret this?
Remember when John was Brian's rival? When we still liked Brian, John knew the whole time.
I'm trying to interpret that, and I don't know how. I don't know what
he means. He means that. Well,
what did I know the whole time?
That you were better.
Okay.
You were just like, yeah, they'll figure it out.
Oh, I feel like I was probably really outspoken about that. But okay, thank you, Kevin. I'm sitting here thinking, what did I know exactly?
John knew nothing.
Well, no truer statement has been spoken when I say there's a lot of things that I know, but at the same time, I don't know anything about what I know. And
What y'all have to understand about John is he's not like Yoda says. You live too much in the always thinking what you're going, what you'll be doing instead of where you are. And John's a moment. John's a walking moment.
I don't know what's about to happen. I just let it happen.
That's my favorite thing about John. It's just like it's minute by minute, baby.
Sounds good.
All right.
I take my life 1 minute at a time. What else does Vin Diesel say? How can I phrase that right there?
1/4 mile at a time.
Yeah.
John goes 1 30-second interval at a time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We get past that, I get out of breath.
Tyler, go collab with the Games and Castro. What the hell am I going to do with them?
Yeah.
Like I did. Spin posted a video of us and collabed to the Games. Done.
You know what? They should post the mountain. We need to that's what they need to do. They need to post the mountain. We should collab. Next mountain, we need to collab with them.
I don't know why, because Spin's collabed with him before on some stuff we've done. But that one, like my heart kind of raced a little bit. Because like I went on the like I was on, the CrossFit Games Instagram. Like there are moments I was listening to the PFT guys or PMT. Yeah, PMT guys. And they've been talking about like how they came up and what their whole thing has been like. And like when they realized like they were kind of onto something. And I think PFT was like, yeah, like this guy was wearing our shirt in this restaurant, just happened to be in, we were in New York. And like there are moments where I'm not saying like we're a big deal, but it's like there's moments where I look back and I'm like, man, in 2014, if I were to say like, hey, the Games will like repost a take that you had, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, dude.
And it's like I'm not really accomplished anything, but it is like I've been in this a long time.
No, I'm saying like as soon as the Games collabs on the mountain, I'll feel like I've made it. Like this is now
legitimate.
Listen, I'm the guy. Yes, the mountain is like Jeff better care about the mountain. It's on the CrossFit Games website.
It's stamped. It's in the record.
It's a rich tapestry of fitness history, man.
It's the richest it's gonna be. Yeah, that was a cool moment to see us up there doing that thing. And so anyway, if the donations are over, no unknowns happening.
All right, guys. Yeah. We appreciate you. If you have any questions about not JR, put them in the comments. What else, Tyler?
Sign up, register.
Sign up for the open. I actually signed up.
This code.
Oh, I didn't do that. My bad.
What?
I just signed up while we were doing the podcast.
Oh, did you really?
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. Just use code SPIN at checkout. It won't get you anything, but but if you do want to use code SPIN, use it on frog grips.
Okay.
Get yourself some grips. I really do. Like I know that they're a sponsor, but somebody was reaching out to me the other day and they were like, what do I get? And I was like, I just compared all of them. I was like, I've had Bear grips, I've had Victory grips, I've had all these other grips. Frog grips are literally the best grips I've ever had.
Toes to bar, chest to bar, by far they are the best. I think bar muscle ups, any grip works just because you're moving. But toes to bar, chest to bar, seriously, they are significantly better than other grips.
They make a huge difference, I feel like, on my ring muscle ups. I can hold on for a little bit, like 1 or 2 extra reps because of them. Frog Grips is also a cool company. They made us, I guess, some custom belts. And I'm excited to get those. They haven't come in yet, but I hope they do. They're just good dudes. Sean's a good dude. Support the dudes at Frog Grips. Anyway, I think that'll be about it. Tune in next week, 7:30 Eastern time. Appreciate everybody.
We should have Spin back. It's kind of a light news day. We'll have much more like games and stuff.
It'll pick up as we get closer to the open.
Yeah.
This is probably
the Mayhem Classic will be coming up too.
Yeah.
We can start previewing that.
Yeah. keep tuning in. Thanks everybody for showing up.